Hey, with the prevalence of autism today, it can be challenging for parents as well as teachers, particularly to understand how to help children with autism excel in life. My Huck's hero tonight was diagnosed with autism at the age of 4, but he's proving to everyone that he's a lot more than a label. Watch.
In the hallways of an elementary school, there was a boy named Xavier. By his peers' standards, he was strange, and his differences got him into trouble. Fellow students would bully him for who he was. Teachers would discipline him because of misunderstandings. But in those tough times, a dream was kindled. Through the hardships came his dream to see people with autism given a voice, a hope, and a future. He chased his dream, became an advocate for autism, and started Xavier DeGroat's Autism Foundation, creating and promoting opportunities for people with autism. His valiant efforts make him more than a great person. He is a hero.
With me tonight is Xavier DeGroat. Xavier's welcome. So happy to have you here.
Thanks.
In the video, it became very clear that your experience is like that of a lot of people with autism. They get misdiagnosed, they get treated sometimes as problem children, behavioral issues. You know, it must have been a challenge as you grew up and had people always either picking on you or misunderstanding you. What gave you the capacity just to keep your focus forward?
I would never let anyone tell me what I can and can't do. I was labeled very frequently as a child, and I was misdiagnosed with ADHD, also given Ritalin when I was 4 years old. But I would not let any of my professionals or teachers tell me what I should and should not do, because I can figure out things in life as easily as anyone else in this world, as long as I'm given the opportunity to reach my potential with my dreams and fantasies. I used to be very interested in science, so I would just go be a wizard and go wander around the hallways in school thinking I'm gonna go in that classroom and look through and think I wanna be a scientist one day like Albert Einstein. But I decided later on, as I faced many more challenges in high school than ever before, that I'm gonna become an advocate and fight for others with similar challenges.
You know, it must have been discouraging, though. You had people that picked on you, that kind of thing. What is it that most people don't understand about those with autism?
People don't understand that people on the spectrum have very wide variety of skills and not always a disability, because they have several challenges that sometimes can lead them to be more fixated with certain subjects to go after with their own skills and not be considered disabled, but differently abled. And I was one of those when I was a child with memory, with photographs and history. I could go on and on telling many students and teachers about what I learned on my own, reading books about Theodore Roosevelt or several other people like Henry Ford, because I've been very interested in history as a child as well. And I would be very, quite honestly, my own educator. And ever since I've learned on the autism spectrum that people have quite the astonishment to make proof that they could do things as good as others, I've been one of those that has really been motivated to disprove any of my doubters in my life and move forward.
One of the people that really told us about you was my friend Rudy Giuliani, who somehow you became friends with, and he got you to the White House and met the president. How did you and Rudy hook up? I don't know that story.
We met at the Ernie Els golf outing that we have every year in March, and down in Jupiter, Florida. And it takes place to raise funds, as Ernie Els' son has autism, and he raises a lot of awareness to help dedicate others with challenges throughout education. And he has a great school there that Mayor Rudy Giuliani is on the board of advisors on. And Rudy had got to watch me in a crowd, just like all of you, speak in front of the Ernie Els Center. And Ernie introduced me in front of the crowd. And afterwards, I was blessed to run into Mayor Giuliani. I never thought I would run into him. And he said, I'm gonna give you my number. You're a great inspiration, man. Keep up the work and let's stay in touch, and I'll help you meet President Trump one day.
And he did. He kept his promise, which I think is really extraordinary. When you met with the president, what did you tell him? Did you talk to him about autism and the need to maybe put a bigger focus on this for so many families?
Yes, I've told him to help network me so we can get many other families with, or people that are very interested in helping people with autism. One great example of that was Dr. Temple Grannon, a real known scientist that has autism, has been very eager to help mentor people on the spectrum. And so I used her strategies and principles, reading her book, Thinking in Pictures, to help others with autism challenges, because autism is a wide spectrum that has different needs depending on the function of them or depending on their interest and fixation. It might be art, it might be physics, it might be history. So thinking in pictures is a frequent thought that I've been able to find out a lot of parents said their child may have great skills at, or either drawing and giving good memory, being a photographer, or even becoming a communicator in the public. We can communicate just like anyone else as long as we get great skills of asset and told that we can move forward with our own dreams like anyone else.
Well, Xavier, I can tell you, you are a great communicator. You are a wonderful asset, not just to people with autism, but to help all of us better understand it. And we're so grateful to have you here. You are indeed our Huck's hero for a whole lot of reasons, and we're delighted to have you here. Thank you. Keith, I want you to tell our audience how they can keep up to date with Xavier and the wonderful foundation that he has created.
Well, to find out more about Xavier and serve those with autism, visit XavierDeGroatFoundation.org and keep up to date with his mission by following him on social media.